What's up everyone, this video is going to be a full list of every cheater I found in Predator Hunting Grounds. So here we go.
I'm telling you, he puts a UAV up, bro, like he doesn't, the dude's cheating. He turns his on and off, man. 100%.
So I had to revisit this comment he made about me because I'm watching his own team. If you look at Mafia Shady, look at his perks. There's something a bit strange here because he's using some of the best perks on a class that cannot equip all those perks. But can I duplicate this? Well, let's try. So here's the Assault Deadly class with a max amount of 9 perk points. So I'm using Thick Skin, Heavy Hitter, but I'm missing Yaochua's Bane because it should take at least 1 point, right? That's all I have left. But if I scroll down, Yaochua's Bane takes 6 points. It doesn't fit. So it makes you wonder how Mafia Shady is using all these perks on this class that cannot even equip it. That's because he is also cheating using a perk glitch. Going back to this fool right here, your own teammate is cheating and you say nothing. You are pathetic. So as I look back to all those times I beat them with Scar and they complained, it makes it so much more satisfying knowing I beat them when their own teammates were cheating all along. I also want to show you this. So this guy, Enemy, is using Yaochua's Bane that takes 6 points, Heavy Hitter takes 3 points, Thick Skin takes 5 points for a total of 14 points in total to use all of those on Dutch 87 that only has a max of 11 perk points. So how is this possible? Well, that's because he too is using the perk glitch to bypass the restrictions of each class. So next person on the list here is Doc Holiday. So he's running Support Leader. Look at those perks, really. That's a good loadout there. So Doc Holiday is running Yaochua's Bane, Heavy Hitter, and also Thick Skin on a support class that only has a max amount of 6 perk points. So there is no way normally to put all those perks on that class. So Doc, do you want to tell everyone out there how you're doing this? If not, I'll tell them for you. Another person who's using a cheating exploit glitch to get max perk points with that class. So let's move on. So next one on the list is Keisuke Urahara, also on PlayStation, running Support Field Medic. You know, this class has a max amount of 6 perk points, but he's running Double Time, Yaochua's Bane, and Dexterous. So how is he able to get all those good perks on this class that only has a max amount of 6 perk points? Well, the evidence is right there. Another person who's cheating by using an exploit or a bug to bypass the restrictions of those classes. So he's getting max perk points so he can put whatever he wants on that class. So you two are also cheating. By the way, this is recent footage. These screenshots are very recent, 1 day ago. And so I thought, let's go back and see one of my favorite fans here, Seek and Dissect, the guy who gets so mad when I beat him with the Shock Gauntlet, which is not a cheat, by the way. It's just a DLC weapon. So what is Seek and Dissect running with his Dutch 87 class? He's running Double Time, Yaochua's Bane, and Heavy Hitter, which requires 14 perk points. He's doing that on a Dutch 87 class that only has 11 max perk points. So all those times I beat this player, it's more satisfying now knowing I beat them when they were still trying to cheat. So there you go. The evidence is right there. So this exploit or bug is not so well known in public games because normally people don't look at this. They have no idea what's going on. This kind of thing has been around for a while, but it's very low key. It seems like it's mostly the toxic players that are doing this. So as I look into it, I see more and more of them doing it. And it's always the same names. So next one on the list here is OSDTG6. He's using Dutch 1987. The perks he has here are Yaochua's Bane, Thick Skin, and Heavy Hitter. This requires 14 out of 15 perk points, but Dutch 1987 has a max of 11 perk points. There you go. Another one got caught cheating. So the next one on the list here is Splurge Coyote using Isabel. The perks he's using are Gearhead, Heavy Hitter, and Thick Skin that require 14 perk points. But as you can see, Isabel only has a max of 10 perk points, so it's obvious another one here is cheating, but there's more, so let's continue. Let's bring back Doc Holiday for a second video, this time using Dutch 2025. The perks he has here are Heavy Hitter, Thick Skin, and Yahuchua's Bane. Now this takes 14 out of 15 perk points, but Dutch 2025 only has a max of 9 perk points, so again, he's cheating using the exploit glitch on the loadouts. So there you go, got caught again. So next one on the list is Salosun Black using Dutch 1987. The perks he has here are Heavy Hitter, Yahuchua's Bane, and Double Time. This requires 14 out of 15 perk points, but Dutch 1987 only has a max of 11 perk points, so the same people that run together are the same cheaters, pretty much, yeah. Alright, last one on the list for today's video is Numb Snow, also on PlayStation, and he's using Dutch 1987 and using the same perks as the other cheaters out there. Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, Heavy Hitter requires 14 perk points. And as you all know by now, Dutch 1987 only has a max amount of 11 perk points, so another one got caught cheating. So next on the list, we got Blood Rain 87, also known as Hornhead, using his alt account. Maybe his first one got banned again. So this guy is actually doubling down in using the exploit for the loadout. So his gear points are pretty high. So the gear he's using is Field Sight, Frag Grenade, and Noisemaker. As you can see, this requires 8 out of 15 gear points, but the Scout Duelist only has a max of 6 gear points. Moving on to the perk system. His perks here are of course the usual Yahuchua's Bane, Thick Skin, Heavy Hitter. This requires 14 out of 15 perk points, but again, the Scout class only has a max of 12. So another one caught cheating. I knew this guy was cheating for a long time. I was just waiting for him to show up on stream, and I found him. Let's bring back PublicEnemy for another video, this time using his Isabel class. Okay, so what's he using this time with his Isabel sniper loadout? Well, the perks he has are the usual. As you can see, Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, Heavy Hitter, takes 14 out of 15, but Isabel only has a max of 10 perk points. Obviously, he's cheating again. You know, there are some days or some matches where I know you don't even use your cheating loadouts, but then eventually you go back to it. I know. That's just who you are. Like I said before, it's mostly people on PlayStation doing this and the same toxic players out there. It's the same name, so I'll show you once again. This time we got a pack of 3 of them cheating together at the same time. Doc Holiday, as usual, using Dutch 2025. And of course, the perks he has on here takes 14 out of 15 perk points, but Dutch 2025 only has a max of 10 perk points. And Mafia Shady, once again, using his glitched out Assault class. He's using Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, and Weapons Training. That takes 14 out of 15, but the Assault class only has a max of 9 perk points. Then we have PublicEnemy once again, going back to Dutch 1987. The perks he has on here are Thick Skin, Heavy Hitter, and Yahuchua's Bane. That takes 14 out of 15 perk points, but Dutch 1987 only has a max of 11 perk points. But we are not done, because this time 3 out of 4 in this squad is using a cheating loadout. I guess in this match, enemy either forgot to put on his cheating build, or he just thought, you know what, for this time I'm not going to cheat, I'll be nice, but it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, as I go back and see this live stream footage and different videos from different sources going back months, you were cheating for a long time. So at this point, it's whatever. You got caught, so yeah. So obviously, I gotta point this out. Doc Holiday cheating with his Dutch 2025 build again. Heavy Hitter, Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, takes 14 out of 15, but Dutch 2025 only has a max of 10 perk points. Blood Rain, aka Hornhead, using a support class here. He's running Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, and OWLF Training. That takes 14 out of 15 perks, but support only has a max of 6 perk points. And finally, we have Mafia Shady showing up again, using his Assault class. The perks he has on are Thick Skin, Yahuchua's Bane, and Weapons Training. This takes 14 out of 15 perk points, but Assault class has a max of 9 perk points. You see how all these cheaters are using the best perks that take maybe 14 out of 15 perk points? Do you notice that pattern? So if you do run into these names online in matches, then just be aware that there's a good chance they're going to be using their cheating loadouts. But now you know. And once again, the reason why it's the same name showing up is because this exploit was around for a long time, but it's mostly a small group of PlayStation players that are kind of sharing this information between each other, so they kind of always cheat together. That's why it's mostly the same names coming up that are using this exploit or this cheat. If a class only has 6 max perk points, but use a cheat or an exploit in the game to give them 15 perk points, that's breaking the gameplay of that character's intended purpose. They were not designed to have a max of 15 perk points, so it is a cheat. So this screenshot of Yatyaz was from a match I had with them a while ago, but it was this year. And so I thought, well, let's look at his build. And right there I saw, yes, something is very strange here. So let's go into customization with a support class, Field Medic. That's what Yatyaz has here. The perks he's using is Double Time, Gearhead, and Heavy Hitter. That takes 14 out of 15 perks. So can I duplicate this build with the support class? Well, it turns out that no. Gearhead does not fit. Heavy Hitter also does not fit because the support class only has a max of 6 perk points, but somehow Yatyaz has all those perks for a total of 14 out of 15. You can run a medic class with a grenade launcher, you can run a Dante build with explosives, that's fine, that's normal. However, when you gotta cheat like this using an exploit with a loadout, that is sad. And we have one more person to highlight in this video. The last one on this list is H-Unit Alano OG. And this one is from this morning, but who knows? You might have been using this for a very long time. But either way, I caught you. So here's a deeper look into Alano's Dutch build. He's using Dutch 1987. His perks are Double Time, Yautja's Bane, and the Pig perk. And all 3 of those perks take 15 points. That's a lot, going all the way, aren't we? But as we know, Dutch 1987 only has a max of 11 perks. So what he's using on this class is not possible by normal means. He also got caught cheating. First person on the list for this video is Antonyham, someone I have not seen before, but guess what? He plays with other cheaters. Anyways, so let's go over Anthony's build here. Using Assault class, the perks he has are Heavy Hitter, Yautja's Bane, and OWLF Trained. These 3 perks together would use up 12 out of 15 perk points, but as you can see, the Assault class only has a max of 9. You can still use Heavy Hitter and Yautja's Bane together on this class, it fits, but then afterwards, there is no room to put OWLF Trained. So there you go. Another one caught cheating using the Loadout exploit in the game. 15 max perks on a class that only has 9. It's very easy to see. The ones that play together are the ones that cheat together. And there you go. That's where I got it from. And yes, Mafia Shady is still cheating to this day. Might as well cover him again. The perks he has here are Thick Skin, Yautja's Bane, and Weapons Training. That takes 14 out of 15 perk points. But the Assault class only has 9. So once again, he is still cheating using the exploit loadout in the game. You see, I cannot fit Yautja's Bane on there if I got Thick Skin. There's no room. But I can fit Weapons Training. And then that's 8 out of 9. So somehow he found a way to have 15 points on this class that only has 9. Anyways, yeah, he got caught again. Still cheating as usual. And so this morning I had a quick look around, and this is from June 2nd. And look who I saw this morning. Yatyaz. Cheating again. In the previous video, I showed you that Yatyaz was cheating with a support class build. I thought he would have stopped, but I checked today, and he's still cheating. This time using Assault class, and the perks he's got is Gearhead, Double Time, and Heavy Hitter. This takes 14 out of 15 perk points, but the Assault class only has a max of 9 perk points. This class can use Gearhead and Heavy Hitter at the same time, but there's no room to put Double Time on there. There's no way possible, unless if you're cheating. So once again, you got caught, and this time it's on June 2nd. So you've been cheating for a long time. And the last thing I want to say is that Doc Holliday has a new name. He goes by the name of DaddyRip, but still cheating to this day. That's it for this video. Leave a like on it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.